Now. All right, we live everywhere. Okay, here we go, guys. What's up? Welcome back. Wait, hold on. I got into it without even getting into it. What am I doing? On today's episode of the Blackout podcast. Oh man, it's been a minute. We got a lot to talk about. Like, who would you take? A gator or a python? Would you ever live in a line? Would you ever teleport? And if you had monkeypox, do you think you would win or the chicken pox? Which one? Monkeys versus chickens. There's more of one, but then again, one's more aggressive. Actually, the monkeys really been getting a little crazy here lately.
Battle
I
of the
know what's happening.
Pox.
Battle of the Pox. All that.
And it's not
and
with
much,
the two.
much more. Yes, not Tupac. All that and more on today's episode of the Blackout podcast. Pew, 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 pew. Man, I looked at one of the topics and I was like, man, brunch in a strip club. Wow. I forgot about that. Well, what's up, man? Welcome back. Welcome back again to episode 226 of the Blackout podcast. It has been a minute. Wow. How you doing?
It is. I've been doing the doing something.
Doing the do?
I've been doing the do, not that do, just doing something, doing a lot of random somethings or another, being a daddy, a husband, and a person who works from day to day, that type of thing.
I was gonna say a homie loving friend. Homie lover friend dad. A daddy lover friend. Homie.
Something like that. Yeah.
Anyway,
like
that's cool.
Yeah. Just that type of stuff. Nothing special going on. Just doing the thing day in, day out, another day. So how about you? How was your past?
Oh boy.
How long have we been off? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
It's been about 3, man. It's been 3 weeks to the day.
Has your final vacation of the summer?
Yes, of the summer. I had another one planned, honestly. I had another one planned that was supposed to be like, I think it's the end of September / beginning of October. That's when I plan to go out to the American Royal Barbecue competition, like the one where I had the hook shrub entered that, placed really high in the seasoning ranking. Because I was going to go out to the competition because they have one huge competition every year where they invite all of the best teams from around the world actually to compete for basically the World Series, and I wanted to go to that, but as it turns out, A, I don't have enough PTO. B, the PTO, the PTO, I could basically go over PTO, but that means I basically just have to work a little longer for the other days that I don't have PTO, and my boss has to sort of agree to that, and I don't want to try to do that to them 2 times because I'm going to have to do that to them at least 1 time for a couple of days over in October, because that's when our honeymoon re-trip. Well, I don't know, like I don't know what you want to call it. No, not honeymoon, but our Jamaica trip that got rescheduled multiple times. That's when we had to push it back to. So I'm gonna try to respect that. And man, I'm telling you that's out of all the trips I want to go to. Obviously, I wanted to go to all of them. I'm gonna tell you that first of all, but that's one that I guess the most important for the business rather than the family. And this would be the biggest opportunity to go in front of a lot of people that use the product or could use the product that could really take it to a different level. Also, going to that event, I would have been able to get in front of more like stores, because they just they show up. They come because there's a whole area where people sell stuff, so they show up there too. So I'm gonna figure it out. Maybe they have trade shows and stuff like that. So maybe I'll sort out trying to go to one of the trade shows that may be closer and a shorter turnaround. So I don't know, but yeah, last year for the summer, but we still got the one coming up later in a couple months. But wow, man, been crazy. Yeah, so few weeks ago was the last time we did this on the 24th, and then the following weekend, my family went down to Orlando and met my mom and sister there, and we went to Disney.
Disney World.
Stayed down there.
Of the mouse.
Yeah, exactly, man. We stayed down there at the Dolphin Hotel, which was really cool. You could actually take a bus or a boat over to some of the Disney places. So it was really slick, man. It was a good trip for the first couple days. The third day we were there, I got so sick, man. Well, I thought I had a heat stroke or heat exhaustion. I guess not heat stroke, but we got there on Sunday. Monday we went to Disney, and it was so freaking hot, man. I swear I sweated my whole body out that day. I know, like, from the moment we got there, we got out in the sun, and Florida was Florida, man. So it was hot and humid, rained a little bit every day type of thing. So the moment we got there, I felt like both my armpits just released all the water in my body. I was like, oh, it's going to be like this. It's been a minute since I've been in that kind of humidity, right? But I got so hot, that day. But then, we had dinner that night and recovered and whatever. And Disney was, fun. And then the next day we planned to go to Epcot. So we got up, got some breakfast. And I was feeling a little weird, but I just thought, I just might have been hot. And as soon as we got to Epcot, got out in that sun, I was just like, I need to be under an air conditioner. I can't get cool enough. And yeah, man, I ended up, I know there were several times where I just like sat there trying to cool off, trying to drink a ton of water, and just, because we had seen people the day before who passed out. My wife and son, Sophie and Jackson, they saw this lady pass out indoors in line for a ride. So yeah, so it was hot, and I just thought it was heat stroke, man. And then so I went back early that day and just laid down in the bed. The next day we were supposed to go to Universal, but my mom got the ticket, bumped back to the next day. And so we were just like resting, and I took a COVID test because my mom was like, you should take a COVID test. Maybe you have it. Took a COVID test and it came back negative. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm not COVID. Maybe it is that heat stroke. So Thursday we got up and we were getting ready to go. And I was like, I'm going to just take a test just to see. And, it turns out that it was positive. And I was like sweating like throughout the night. I woke up probably like 3 times during the night, just sweating up my whole body weight out. So yeah, man, I had COVID for the rest of the time. So I stayed in the hotel for the next couple of days, and everybody else, went to Universal, did that whole thing, and they had a good time. So I was locked down in the room, and then we came back, and then sadly my wife got it too the day that we got back. So we were both down, but the kids were fine. And shout out to my kids for taking care of us during this time. They're bringing us food and
taking
drinks.
Care of themselves, not burning down the house.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, we'll see. We've taught the kids, or I taught the kids, how to cook, my wife taught them how to clean, even though that was non-existent while we were both down in our rooms, or whatever in our room. But we taught them to do some stuff with thankfully not burning down the house. So yeah, but yeah, shout out to them because they are just like, we say, hey, we need something, and then they'll like just show up with it. So yeah. It's crazy though, man. I'm still trying to get over it. I took a test yesterday again, and it still shows positive, but they said you could test positive for up to 90 days. So it is what it is, man. Yeah. So I'm still wearing a mask. So at least for the next few days until I get like a spit test result back. Also because my kids start school in a few days, so I want to make sure that they make it to the first day without them getting sick.
Yeah.
They've each in the past. So.
Can't send them to school. They're Rona.
Yeah, but that's been the majority of my last like 3 weeks. It was like a week was good, then it got a little funky, and now it's this. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you what though, man. It was weird. My mom said, she was like, you may have had the COVID before you came on the trip. And obviously, like I said, like the third day we were there, that's when I started feeling it. So, and I know it takes, 2 to 14 days to incubate or whatever they call it.
So the week backtrack.
Yeah, I started backtrack. I'm trying to look. So like the week before, let's see, a full week. Let's see, the day before, 2 days before we recorded last time, we had like a team, sort of like we just went and hung out at a bar and just chilled. Everybody talked or whatever, like not on the company dime, just sort of chill. And then the week before we went on our trip, we had an in-person team meeting in the office, and then we went and barbecued like up at one of the parks over here. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe it was one of those times where maybe it was one of my teammates, because I know several of them have had it before, or maybe it was somebody else that we crossed paths with, or maybe it was somebody totally different. Who knows? Maybe it was when I went to Walmart and picked up something. I don't know. So you never know. Never know.
Well, at least you're getting over it, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. Thankfully, I'm on the good side of it right now. Hopefully that continues. So Disney trip was cool though, man. It's been 9 years since we visited Disney in Florida, and it's been since my kids and my wife have been there. I went down to like downtown Disney for like a work thing a few years ago, so I guess that doesn't count because I didn't go to Disney.
Did you do the Star Wars part of the park?
Oh yeah, okay. So it was crazy because like we could actually see it from my hotel room. Like I could see Star Wars Land and Hollywood Studios. It was right across the street or whatever. I guess whatever you want to call across the street. Everything in Disney is a mile or whatever away. But we did not, because I thought my mom had gotten. I thought her travel agent had gotten her like some park hopper passes, but she didn't. She just got like single park passes. So one day was at Disney, the next day was Epcot. I tried to tag on a park hopper to the Epcot day because, at that point I didn't, I wasn't feeling sick. And it was like $75 per ticket or something like that, $79 per ticket. So that would have been 6 times 79, which was more money than I wanted to spend, because I could have did it. I could have bought it. Because that's, of all the places that we went, that's the one place I really wanted to go. I was like, Disney schmizney. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, it was, it was, it would have been almost $500. So, I was like, because I would have just bought it for everybody, since that was an unplanned portion of the trip. But no, we ended up not going because of all the places there. Star Wars Land, and then it was like, one thing in Disney, 2 things in Disney maybe, but that was the one I wanted to go to. So it didn't work out, man. So it means we got to go back at some point.
Yeah, last time we went was 2019, and I think they were still working on the Star Wars part. So right. But it'll probably be a while before we go back in the summertime. We're talking about trying to do it for a Thanksgiving vacation. Just going there nice, because it'll be fairly cooler, a lot cooler than it is in summertime. Plus, probably not as many people.
Yeah, so, during the school year, better for sure. Yeah. It's weird because like they say it's not busy in like during the school year, and the last time we went to Disneyland Cali, and it wasn't as busy as it was during the summer. Like this was insane. The amount of people. It's been a long time since we went in the summer. And the last time we went in the summer was in June too. So maybe that's a little different factor. But it was still a lot of people. But yeah, during the school years, less. Also, going during one of those holiday time frames, they changed the park to match the holiday. So Halloween starts middle of September, I believe, and goes throughout like, all the way through like December, I think like November 1st or something like that. So the whole park is decked out for Halloween. That some of the rides, they actually sort of like shift the experience to make it, more Halloween centric. So like there's this one called the Haunted Mansion, which they put the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff in, instead of the normal like haunted ghost videos that they do in there. So it's really cool. And then also Thanksgiving, they have like a whole thing around that where, it's all revolves around Thanksgiving and fall. And then it's like literally, I think the day after Thanksgiving, they switched the park to Christmas. And it goes through like that. So it's cool. There's this thing, I'm going to show you what. So there's this chocolate company in downtown Disney, because we did go there one of the nights before I tested positive. And there was this chocolate place that they were creating these huge chocolate, they were probably about the size of a softball, like chocolate globes or orbs or balls or whatever you want to call it.
Those. I remember those.
And I asked them what they were, and they said those are our chocolate piñatas. And for every holiday that's coming up, we fill them with like candy and stuff like that from that holiday, and then you could buy it and crack it open. And so they were getting all the Halloween stuff ready, and this was beginning of August, right? They're getting all the Halloween stuff ready like a month and a half in advance. So I thought that was pretty slick. But that was the night we went, and I sent you the image or the polo, something like that, of the Lego store. There was a long line. It was a line to get into it. It was a long line, but it only took 4 minutes, I think, in line to get in. And then they had like an Optimus Prime Lego. They had an Atari Lego with games, and the games actually transformed into like little vignettes from the games. I thought that was the coolest thing. I bought something there, but I didn't buy that. I bought the old school Batmobile with Batman and Joker. So I want to put that together soon. But
that's cool.
Yeah, man, it's wild. Disney was fun, but
did your kids take any pictures with the characters? Is your daughter still into the princesses? Nah, she doesn't care anymore.
She thinks they're cool. She was super excited to see them, and it was funny because they didn't know. My son didn't know. My daughter knew because my sister accidentally spilled the beans like a month before, but my daughter didn't know if it was true because me and my wife and my mom and everybody else would always say we're still, going to visit grandma in Houston, right? So she was like, when are we doing that? Because whatever, excuse me. And my sister spilled the beans unknowingly. She didn't know it was a surprise. My son didn't know. So my mom called them and told them like 2 days before the trip or 3 days before the trip. It's like, hey, I can't wait to see you guys in a couple days. I'll see y'all in Orlando at Disney. And my son was like shocked. He's like, what? Well, I thought we were going to Houston. What? And so it was cool because he was shocked and he was really excited. And they were both really excited to go. It's been a long time since we went to Florida, and it'd been since the holidays since we sent my mom and sister. So it was good to see them. And they loved it, man. But yeah, they didn't want to take pictures with characters or anything like that. They were taking pictures of things or of themselves. Old, huh? Yeah. And it was cool though. We did get a picture of them. We took a picture of them when they were 3 years old and 5 years old behind the castle. Yeah, with the castle behind them. And then we took an updated version of that. So now 9 years later. And yeah, same location. It turned out pretty good. It was fun. So,
did I ever show you the storybook I made of that our Disney trip? Oh man,
I don't think you did. No,
it was funny. It was so funny because So you could go online, different places do make hardcover books and stuff of your photos. Yeah. So what I did was I took all the photos and I arranged them and did all kind of design work, on my computer and whatnot. And I arranged it to be like a story, like we're all on a trip to visit the evil mouse king of Disneyland, of Disney World. So you could flip through and it plays out like a story. Plays out like a whole little storybook. It was pretty funny, man.
That's funny.
Got little text boxes on the side of people's heads talking and stuff. So, yeah.
That's funny, man. No, I didn't see it. That's cool. Yeah, I like the fact that you could you could make it your own narrative. You know what I'm trying to say? Like you could design it the way you want it. That's cool, man.
Right.
You have to send me a couple of pages of that so I can see it. That's slick, man. Yeah. Wow. Cool. Well, hey, man, it was a wild couple weeks, and even wilder out in the world. One person we haven't heard from in a minute, who always tells us wild stories, is our friend Memphis Diva from down, in Memphis, or for you over in Memphis. So yeah, let's go ahead and we'll get into these voicemails before we get into all these random crazy topics. We'll get into these voicemails. So go ahead and tell the people how they could leave us voicemail, and then I'll queue up the voicemails.
All right, people, leave us a voicemail 385-3BLAKPC or 385-325-2572. Excuse me. Call us. Let us know what you've been getting into this summer. Let us know if you went to Disneyland or World or Universal Studios or any one of these super high price, overcrowded places. Just on vacation. Whether you a child or an adult, let us know what your experience was. Let us know if you used to go to Astro World when it was called Astro World.
Oh man, I miss that, boy.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, that's a good one. 1 hour wrapped. All right, cool. Here we go. Okay. Oh, we haven't heard from our brother J Del Negro as well. Yeah. Which the first voicemail is from J Del Negro of the Don't Judge Me podcast. So here we go. 3, and this is going back a couple weeks. So pardon us if the some of this stuff already happened and it's out of the limelight. So here we go. 3, 2, 1.
This is J Del Negro in the midst of a blackout. Question: have you ever wanted to Sparta kick someone square in their chest at your job before?
Yes.
Don't answer that. We want everyone to keep their jobs. But I understand the sentiment. And I also wanted to share with you all 3 parables that I wrote myself, and I'm pretty proud of it.
Parables.
First one: if you ever start to say something, don't. That's a sign of progress. Second one: that nigga's name is Gary. Everyone knows that Garys don't do shit. They just Gary. You can't argue that one. And the last one: projection is like a funhouse mirror. You can see yourself in it, but you're really distorted enough that you don't recognize yourself. It always takes someone else to point out how silly you look, and then you see your real self. Gentlemen, keep on keeping on whenever you return from hiatus, because life is happening. Appreciate you all. Blacking out once again.
There you go. J Del Negro. Thank you so much. Shout out to him and Nigel. I actually caught their show live on YouTube this week. They do on YouTube too. Yeah. So
I left him a message like a week ago, maybe a week and a half, something like that. I don't know. Something like
Might
that.
Be on
but maybe I have to check it out.
Yeah. So hey, have you ever wanted to Sparta kick someone in the chest at your job?
Every single job I've had, there's always somebody I've wanted to Sparta kick.
Yeah.
No, that's funny. Not the first job.
Mm-hmm.
No, not the first job. Second job, yes. There was 1, 2, I guess a total of maybe 5 people I wanted to Sparta kick in the warehouse at Winn-Dixie.
Oh man, at Winn-Dixie, that's funny.
Yeah,
that's funny. Yeah,
job,
definitely. I definitely can say that's a big yes for me. There's several people that I've wanted to do that to. Some at the last job. Nobody at this job so far. Most of the people I hear actually I really like a lot. But at the previous job, oh man. Yeah. It's just some people who were in other positions, we'll just say it like that. But yeah, man, that's the thing. And one day One day somebody's going to do that, and we'll just see how that goes down for them. Probably not great, but you know what? You'll see the smile on their face as they get arrested or whatever, taken away, or as they, walk off, from their job or run away. You'll see that satisfactory smile on their face. They'll be like, I did it, and I'm proud of what I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember I wanted to kick somebody off of the little, it's kind of like a forklift gate. It's like when the 18-wheelers will pull up, they back up, and then there was this lift that you lift up to the back of the truck from the warehouse. That way you can start unloading stuff and it'll drop down. But this is one guy that always got on my nerves, man. They got those people at your job. His name was not a Gary, but there's always these warehouse, kind of like a warehouse comedian / bully. They don't bully to the point where they want to put their hands on you, but they bully you to the point where you want to put your hands on them.
Yeah,
that type of thing. So I just wanted to kick him off the lift so bad with the Sparta kick.
Yeah,
and just have a pallet of boxes, just pallet of check cola just drop right on him. So
that's hilarious. Yeah, there was several people I felt like that about at my previous job. Namely my last boss and a half. Those two guys were suckers. So whatever. Okay. So of all the parables that Jay wrote, then which one do you like? So he said, if you ever start to say something, don't. That's showing progress. The next one, he said, that nigga's name is Gary. Everyone knows that's Gary. That Garys don't do shit. They just Gary. And then he said the last one is, projection is like a funhouse mirror. You can see yourself in it, but you're really distorted enough that you're so distorted that you don't recognize yourself. It always takes someone else to point out how silly you look, and then you see your real self. So there you go.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That last one. Yeah, I like that one. That one's cool. I do know one person named Gary. I don't know what he does. Probably doesn't do anything.
I've known a couple Garys.
That first one, I
you ever start to say something, don't.
Yeah, I usually stop myself. Yeah, because something silly might come out my mouth.
Yeah, the problem with me is I don't. Yeah, that's funny. The problem with me is I don't stop myself until after I said it, and I'm just like, dang, I said it. I didn't stop. I should have stopped. Yeah. So, yeah, I like the Gary one. Everybody knows that nigga name is Gary. Everyone knows that Garys don't do shit. They just Gary. So there you go. That's mine. All right, cool. Here we go. Well, thank you, J Del Negro. Shout out to y'all. Definitely check out their podcast. All right, next one up. 3, 2, 1.
Y'all, what y'all doing? Guess what? So, I'm over the COVID thing. Oh, this will be Mississippi. I'm over the COVID thing, okay? So, when I was on COVID duty, I noticed that it was a SUV, and it was pulling another car. And they so happened to stop on my little corner and went up under the hood, under the Honda Sonata, which was red. Nice car, too. It was missing a window, like they had busted the window out, and they left the car there. So, I thought maybe somebody was sleeping in the car, so every day I would go look, I'd get a little closer and get a little closer and get a little closer. And I noticed they didn't have any tags. I said, you know what? They're still certain different types of Hyundai Sonatas and Kia still. So I called the police, y'all, the non-emergency number. And I'll be damn, the car was stolen. They had prints on the car. The CSI people was out there getting prints, and a big old tow truck was out there, and it was very interesting. And so, my neighbors were like, your car was stolen. I wonder who called the police. I said, I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, my God. did while I had COVID, other than sit up in the house and look sad and watch a whole bunch of Netflix, okay? All right, then. I guess I'll call y'all back later.
That's crazy, man. Kayla always has. Thank you, Kayla. She always has all kinds of crazy stuff happening on her, like
open.
outside her street, like on her block. You know what I'm trying to say? With her crazy neighbors, and it's wild because the neighbor said, "Man, did you know that car was stolen? I wonder who called the police." It's not like they didn't even want to call the police on it. Like they was gonna sit there and wait a little bit and then like claim it for themselves or something. That's wild, man. That's crazy. Yeah. So, well, I'm glad you're over the COVID, Kayla. Hopefully, I'll be on that track here coming up soon.
Yes, indeed.
So she said something that she was like sitting there watching Netflix while she's sitting up in the house. So I remember you said, you know, you had y'all's people went through COVID, you know, a month ago or whatever that was. What are some shows that y'all watch when y'all were down?
I mean, we didn't have.
I mean, the family. I'm sorry, the family. When y'all had to isolate or whatever you did.
What did we watch then? I honestly can't remember. That was in June, late June. I don't remember.
June, right?
Yeah, early July, late June, something like that. I couldn't tell you what we were watching then, but I could tell you what we were watching now. What we are watching now.
Okay.
If that counts. So I watched the latest Prey movie. That's the latest in the Predator franchise. I thought it was great. What else did I watch? I watched the show called The Bear. You might enjoy it because it's like it takes place in a restaurant type atmosphere. So with everything that goes on behind the scenes, like in a cook's perspective on things. So it's not a what do you call this? Like a real show. I don't know what they call these shows nowadays. Reality show. Yeah. So it's not a reality show. It's more of a fiction based show. That's a real good one. You should probably check out.
The Bear.
Yeah, The Bear on Hulu.
On Hulu. All right, I'm gonna check it out. Do y'all have Hulu? Wait, do y'all have ad-free Hulu or you have Hulu with ads?
We have Hulu with ads. Okay. It doesn't really bother me. It's like watching commercials, you know.
Yeah, because my wife, she like asked me, she called me or something like that. She was like, "Hey, how much does it cost to get Hulu without ads?" And I was like, "I think it's like $30 or $40." She was like, "Can we look into that?" I was like, "Why?"
Yeah.
Why, girl? I ain't trying to pay for that much. And I think we actually ended up getting the bundle. We got the bundle of Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. So, which was like $7 a month. So I was like, we're gonna go from $7 a month to like $30 a month. Why?
Yeah.
She was like, because there's this new show that I started watching and I really love it. And I hate watching these ads. I'm like, girl, come on. I was like, I'll look into it, but then I walked away and I'm not looking into it.
That's funny because I tell my kids all the time, you guys are super spoiled now. Y'all can watch a whole season in a day. We had to wait week by week and have commercials in between those things.
And commercials during the show. Yeah. Even like nowadays, like you can, if you're watching some on your phone and a commercial pops up, a lot of times it'll be like a 5-second and you can skip it. You know what I'm trying to say? Or there'll be like, 20-second commercial, stuff like that. Like imagine back in the day, skipping all those Kool-Aid commercials and stuff like that. Like you wouldn't like, I mean, it would have been great, obviously, because you could finish the show faster. But then again, they, like you said, man, they're spoiled. They're spoiled right now. So that's wild. But so I'm gonna have to check it out. The Bear. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Watch The Bear. That's a good one. I finished watching this new show called This Fool, which is on Hulu as well.
This Fool.
Yeah, This Fool. This is pretty funny. That second season of Reservation Dogs is out. Watch that. So I watch a lot of stuff while I'm at work because I have two different monitors, laptop and my regular computer. So that what is it? Day Shift with Jamie Foxx and Snoop Dogg that just came out this past weekend. It's
Day Shift.
Yeah. If you're looking to go into a movie with absolutely no plot or character development and you just want action, then this is it.
What is it about?
It's like Jamie Foxx and Snoop Dogg, vampire hunters. And,
okay, yeah.
And they have, and it's an interesting concept how they have like this whole stock market of different vampires and stuff like that. So it's pretty funny. It's real action packed. There's lots of action. There's some comedy in it, which is pretty good. But as far as like trying to figure out a plot, having these characters develop, you ain't gonna get none of that. Absolutely.
I think I saw a post from Snoop Dogg. Let me see. I'm gonna tell you because let me see here because I think I saw something about that and I was like, what is it? And I thought, didn't Snoop do like a vampire movie years ago? Am I right?
Way back in the 90s, he had something called Bones.
Bones. Yeah, so
Bones. Yes, I don't even much know what that was about. I don't think it was a vampire. I think he was more like a demon or something. I couldn't tell you. It's been so long since I watched it.
I got you. Let's see. So he posted something, and of course I can't. Oh yeah, here we go. Never thought I needed to see Snoop Dogg play as a grip vampire slayer with the machine gun and the ability to do a spinning back kick to dismantle enemies, but I did. I guess that was somebody posted that on Twitter. So it was funny. So I guess that's it. That's it.
But there's a lot of different things. I know I told you to check out Queen of the South. It's like crime. I guess like
also
crime.
Hulu?
That's on Netflix.
Okay.
Netflix. Yeah, Netflix. That's right. On Netflix. So that's a good one if you like cartel type stuff and So that's a real cool. There's a bunch of other things I watched. They just not coming to mind right now. But what about you? Yeah. You and the wife have been on quarantine, and what have y'all been checking? Y'all watch the same thing, or y'all on two different TVs?
We watch different stuff, man. We watch different stuff. We most of the time, and if it's stuff that she watches normally, it's something that I'm not completely interested in. And then sometimes there's stuff that I watch, a lot of times stuff I watch that she's not completely in. So the only thing that I get myself like stuck on that she's watching is them dang Bachelor shows. I swear, Bachelor shows. No, man, but I'm trying to think. I've been watching what was it on Netflix? Oh, so I sent you a message. What was that dang show? We're All Dead. Where it was like
in Korea,
school, in Korea where everybody turned into vampires or something like that, or not vampires, but
zombies. Yeah, I watched.
I thought that was cool. I went through the whole 12 episodes, and I was so mad.
Yeah,
I was so mad that they turned one of the main characters, like basically like one of the first character, like I think like the first character that you really connect with. That is a main character. Like they turned him into a vampire on or a zombie, on I don't know, like the 10th episode. So that's a spoiler if y'all ever want to watch it, but whatever, man. That made me so aggravated because I was like, we finally got the situation where this guy and this girl can get together after all this sort of blows over or during the course of it or whatever. And then you're going to turn him into a zombie. So I don't know. This is the first season. So hopefully they come back with the next season. If there's a next season,
and supposed to be this year, they were supposed to come out, but it'll probably be next year with all this stuff. But
and they never confirmed that he died, so we'll see what happens with that. Let's see here. Let's see what I watched. So I know I watched that. There's a show I started to watch and I couldn't watch the second episode. It's called Snowflake Mountain. Have you heard of that? So they basically take all these kids who are considered snowflakes. So like they basically they live off their parents or they never had to lift a finger in their life. They just sit there. They just they're wearing Gucci everything. They just go out and party and come back and they're everywhere between I think 18 years old all the way up to 25, 26, right? Didn't go to college, none of this stuff. They just been babied their entire life. So they basically take them out and they make them think that they're going to this sort of I don't know, like Fantasy Island or something like that, where they all just go to hang out, be on the beach and drink cocktails and party all the time. But they take them out into the middle of the woods they drop them off and just leave them out there. And then these two dudes who are like survival experts, like who were like former military or something like that. And then one of the guys used to be in an explosives, expert, like the bomb squad, like Hurt Locker, like in the military. They show up and they talk to them. And they tell them about their whole thing they're about to do. And then they like blow up all of their luggage. So
That's
all
funny.
their luggage with like all their crazy expensive clothes and all this stuff, they just blow it up. They're like, now you got to find a way. Now you got to find a way to the campsite. So actually, no, they met him and talked to him. They said, now you have to hike to the campsite. Just go and follow the river, and it'll take you there. So a few hours later, they got there, and that's when they blew up all their clothes after they got there. But yeah, they basically are trying to teach them survival skills, like out in the real world, and see who makes it. And at the end of it all, whoever wins gets $50,000. But they said for every person that leaves before the end, we'll subtract $5,000. So, it's just one of those things. So
this a reality show, or this is a
it's a reality show called Snowflake Mountain. It's on Netflix.
Snowflake Mountain. Wow.
Yeah. So there's that. I finally watched the Fire Festival. Finally watched that show, that documentary. Man, that is wild, man. It's so crazy how that whole thing went down. How Ja Rule was basically like, we can do this. Or he was like, I know this is, I know this was a bad event, but we got to find out how to flip it and turn it around into a good thing. And the one guy who was his partner, basically just like kept pushing and wasn't thinking about all the money that they were spending, the fact that it wasn't going to come together in time. The whole thing was crazy, man. The whole thing was wild. So Fire, what else did I watch? I watched like some live sports and stuff like that. I don't know, man. And I watched a lot of video gaming online. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. I'm really weird though, because there's some TV shows I could get into, and I'll like sit there and watch them until they go through, and some not. It's not like, I don't know. I used to be somebody who just sit down there and just binge watch a whole show, but it's gonna have to be something that I'm really, 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 really trying to see, or maybe like the first episode, it has to keep me. It has to like hook me. Yeah, otherwise I'll stop watching it. So I still have all those ones on my list that you gave me. So I'm gonna go through and go through them. But yeah, man, I don't know. After that, All of Us Are Dead, or We Are All Dead, whatever you call it. What you said was, yeah, man, I was so mad after that. I was like, man, I don't even want to watch no more shows now. I was just mad that one kid got turned into a zombie. But
yeah, man, my wife has been watching so many like Korean, Asian shows, dramas, K-dramas, and all this stuff. Like, she's hooked on all that. So,
yeah, that's funny.
I would probably say, like, if your wife loves the romantic, kind of sort of romantic comedy type things, then those will probably be up her alley, to watch some of those things. But they are just wild. Very wild. No, you don't check them out. Let your wife check them out.
Okay. I'll let her check them out. I heard about the show Predator or Prey or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to see if I can check that out. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely check that out.
You used to like that series. Okay. All right. Next up. 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah, I forgot we was on voicemails.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on. What the heck? Here you go. What the heck? Sorry, I think I just switched them off. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Well, I did it yesterday. This is me. I killed a spider the size of my hand. And his name is Richard. Richard, we performed a funeral for him yesterday. We just put leaves on him. Well, so in my carport, it was the most biggest, massive spider web I've ever seen. Mind you, I whatever. And he had been there for 14 days.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all, he was huge. He was like a lime green and black, and he had like 8 legs. He was huge. He was tearing them birds up at night. Thank you, Richard. And Richard, I was trying to leave Richard alone and let Mother Nature take his course, but I kind of got a little scared because I was walking now and he jumped like he was going to jump on me. And I can't have no man jumping on me. Okay? So the rest of the spider had to go. So I got some home, went over the fence, and I sprayed it on Richard. And it took him about a good 10 minutes to die. And then I made a torch with some hairspray and a light on. I burned them. And then and so my neighbors was like, "What are you doing? You gonna burn your blood down?" I said, "No, I'm trying to kill Richard." And they was like, "Man, that's the biggest." So we had a funeral. I felt so bad. I really, really did. But I'm pretty sure Albert, the owl that comes to our neighborhood at night, oh, shoot, I hope he don't eat him, because he going to be sick. Oh, Lord. Well, too late. I'm on my way to work.
Oh, my gosh, Kayla. So Kayla killed Richard the spider with some spray and a torch.
That's how you do it.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
Thankfully, she didn't burn her house down.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's crazy though. She had a spider as big as her hand. Imagine. I mean, I'm sure her hand isn't as big as our hands, maybe, possibly, but still, imagine a spider, similar to that size. It's not like one of them Australian spiders. You know what I'm trying to say? That thing's crazy.
That's funny.
But then she was sad that okay, so Richard the spider and Albert the owl. The owl's gonna come and eat the spider and get sick off of that.
You'll be all right.
Yeah, probably. Hopefully, maybe. We'll see. Owls be eating all kinds of stuff, so he'll probably be fine.
Yeah,
wow. Watch out for them big old spiders. Here we go. Next up.
What's up, y'all? This is Memphis Diva. Well, y'all know who this is. It's Taylor. Hey, any of y'all working remotely from home? Well,
yes.
Guess what? They got us working 3 days a week at home, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for me. And then Thursday, Friday in the office, y'all. Man, it's so many distractions. I didn't know all this stuff be going on in my neighborhood. Well, you know about the stolen cars. I had to call the popos. Then yesterday, code enforcement was over here. Apparently, somebody snitched on my neighbor who drives a big rig 18-wheeler that parks it at his home on the side of the street. And you can't do that, apparently. So code enforcement was over here. Then code enforcement came back and got my other neighbor who had a car sitting on the side of his house for like 2 years. Came and got him, gave him a citation. Mm-hmm. Then they went up the street and got somebody else. So I'm like, golly, all this stuff. And then I went to lunch break, and then it's like 3 police cars. I'm like, what's going on? One is like near my driveway, and they were chasing some guys on 10 speeds who was robbing people. So I'm just gonna keep myself in the house. And besides, monkeypox is out there, and thank God I'm single for once. Won't be no monkeypoxing over here. All right, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. And did you hear about the monkeys in Japan that are attacking old people and babies? Yeah, Google that. It's War of the Monkeys and monkeypox and COVID. Just stay in the house.
Wow, that's crazy, Kayla. It's not like you seeing all this stuff, and yeah, I'm working remote still for the foreseeable future. So yes. Monkeypox, I know that was one of the random topics that we added in. So what the heck? So we had the chicken pox. We fended off the chicken pox and finally got a vaccine for it, and now it's the monkeypox. The monkeypox.
The monkeypox. Yes, the monkeypox. And attacking monkeys.
Was the monkeypox? Did the monkeypox? Did they actually come from monkeys?
I don't know. I think monkeypox, and please, people don't quote me on this. I mean, it's been around for years, and I think it first developed in Africa.
In Africa?
I think. That's something I might have to look up.
Why?
That's I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna have to look it up. Like I say, don't quote me on where monkeypox originated from. But this strain of this new variant of monkeypox, I have no clue where that even started or came into play at. But yeah, it's running rampant in these streets. I don't know who's gonna get it. The scientists have speculated, I guess, one group of people to be largely affected by it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what scientists say, not me.
Dang.
They're going to start administering vaccines for this, which they already have. They already have, according to like the previous outbreaks of monkeypox.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's one of those things. And then now, on a side note, for global diseases, I just read there's another disease that's coming out of Asia.
Yeah, that's sort of like what do you call that? It's like another virus.
Some kind of virus, man.
Yeah.
So Mother Nature's just had enough of humans and trying to get us out, programming the monkeys to attack. So now we're about to get War of the World. What is it called? Planet of the Apes.
Dang,
so,
bro.
Yeah.
Planet Apes really gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Apparently, the monkeypox is said to have started within some, let's see, small rope and sun squirrels, which I never heard of. Giant pouched rats. What is a giant pouched rat? What the heck is that?
It's like a wallaby.
African dormice. And then it's said that they're are thought to maintain the virus environments of West and Central Africa. Dang. They started bedding and caging a shipment of infected mammals from West Africa in 2003. So that's when it started, the outbreak. And then it led to an outbreak back in the day, but then I guess it sort of calmed down. So it's a rash that you can get. And here we go. This is like the list of rodents and type of people that could be infected. So literally almost everything can be infected or possibly infected. Dogs. So you know what that means. We can get rid of my dog now. Domestic rabbits, monkeys and apes, cows and camels, all those things, domesticated farm animals, they don't know yet, but they can have other viruses. Raccoons, voles, badgers, they're not sure yet, but people were on this list somewhere. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I'm not sure what the heck, but yeah, look at it. Turns out, you get these like colds and backaches and all kinds of other symptoms. And then you get like little pimples everywhere. I'm looking at my hands now. I'm like, dang, bro.
So like a mix of chicken pox, shingles, and something else.
And the flu, like all at the same time.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is crazy how it spreads. This is what we all need to find out. This is how it spreads. It can spread to anyone through close personal skin-to-skin contact. So like no shaking hands, no bumping fists, no whole, yeah, you'd be out there.
Oral, anal, and vaginal sex, or touching the genitals, or touching the genitals, penis, testicles, labia, or vagina, or anus, butthole of a person with monkeypox.
There you go. Hugging, massaging, and kissing, also those areas. Prolonged face-to-face contact, and then touching fabrics. This is wild. Touching fabrics and objects during sex that were used by a person with monkeypox and that have not been disinfected, such as bedding, towels, fetish gear, and sex toys. Thank you, CDC. We appreciate all those visuals.
I like how it's that first bullet point that I'm just laughing at. It's oral, anal, and vaginal sex are touching the genitals, penis, testicles, labia, and vagina, or anus, butthole of a person with monkeypox.
But you can touch the breast. That sounds fine.
anus butthole of a person with monkeypox?
Because
I'm just
some
like
people.
Because wouldn't you just want to back away if you look inside there and you like, that don't look right.
Somebody about to eat the groceries and then they realize the groceries all pimpled up.
Like, hello.
Oh man, yeah, that's wild. So basically, it's just like chickenpox, right? Because if I remember correctly, chickenpox, if you touch somebody's shirt that had it that hadn't been cleaned, or like if they like touched a door handle and you grabbed the door handle after them, within a certain amount of time, or I don't even think they didn't even have a time frame. It was just like forever. Like if you just touched something that person had touched at any time in the future, without it being clean, then you could get chickenpox. I think that's what monkeypox seems like, unfortunately, and that just makes it one of those.
Deal with chickenpox. It's like parents would throw chickenpox parties, just to get it over with.
That's
so
ridiculous.
The kids
that's
get
the
it
stupidest thing. I swear, I hated hearing when I first heard that.
It's dumb, but it happened when we were young.
It happened.
It's not. It did happen. And the thing about it is, like, some parents were thinking it was the same thing with COVID. They're like, "Oh, it's COVID. Your kid got COVID. Okay, we're gonna have a COVID party for these kids so they can get the antibodies in their system, send them off, be on their way."
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's always just sort of like, I don't know. I know that people did that. I don't know. For me, I was like, why do you want to put your kid through? Why do you want to put your kid through that pain and anguish and really like annoyance? Because really, chickenpox was the most annoying thing. Because all you want to do is scratch.
It was mostly annoying.
Yeah. Why would you want to?
She got to stay home from school.
Yeah, that was true. But they also, I think that was before they had the vaccine for it. So
well before.
Yeah. So
yeah. But you get to get covered in that pink calamine lotion that your mama put on you. That would be fun. Yeah. Watch Nickelodeon all day.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I remember that. That was fine. But yeah, man, monkeypox. Wow. Stay away. Don't be hugging people. Don't be giving people high fives and handshakes. None of that stuff. None of that stuff. Just look at them and do the head thing. That's what I'm saying.
Don't even stick your 2 fingers up. Don't even do that because you might catch something in there.
Yeah, exactly. Do the what's up with the head. That's it. Wow. All right, here we go. Next up. Maybe.
No, this month is Eva 99, and I was listening to some rap music, and I noticed everybody, when they start their songs or when they rapping, they go, okay. Making a stand me. Ow. I mean, it's just fascinating to me, y'all. It's just, I'm surprised nobody said, boo-boo, Chaba, hey, B, C, D, E, F, G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Quack. Okay, I'm just being silly, y'all. They be tripping me out with these rap songs, man. They just, oh Lord, I just was listening to some music today and was like, wow. Oh, yeah. Ow. I'm like,
wow. I don't know what that was.
Let me go back to my old school Eric B. and Rakim paid in full, man.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay. How y'all doing? Okay, then. Ow. Bull crap.
Oh, yeah. We could ask Sir John Lee how he feels about that, if he has any ad libs he ever want to add.
Now, I started laughing. You sent a TikTok DM where somebody it said when your student plays his favorite rapper's new Luther Vandross remix. So If the people out there don't know, I'm gonna
you find
play
it
for y'all. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna play it for y'all.
yeah
Turn the volume up.
it's a few back. That's funny.
I'm by myself, but I got something if you try and touch me. I keep a firearm, you run up, you'll be a casualty. There's not a minute, hour, day, or night that I don't keep it. You're at the top of my shit list, and it is not a secret. I still remember in the days when I was scared to pop it. Now people scatter down the block when I walk past their projects. You making songs about what I do, and you know that you doesn't. I get the rolling down the window, then I get to dumping all my drugs. Bow, bow, boom,
Bow, bow.
Send 1,000 killers at you, cause you ain't that tough.
That's funny.
Man, that is so funny, man.
I've been singing that song throughout the house the past
Have
couple
you?
days. I have, just randomly.
That's funny. The Luther Vandross one or that guy?
Yeah, that guy. Just to see how catchy. It's super catchy.
It is catchy.
You know?
It's catchy.
Even though it's bad, it's catchy.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's so funny, man.
Yeah, but I feel on these new rappers.
Yeah. I don't even know, man. They're coming up with all kinds of stuff. All right, here we go. Next up.
America. Ooh, y'all, America. This is Memphis Diva 99, your cousin Kayla from Memphis, Tennessee. And I am sitting up here on this nice Saturday brunch midday area.
Pause. I'm going to pause this for a second. She left this message, the last two messages, she left them on the 6th of August, which is my wife's birthday. Shout out to my wife for her birthday. Happy belated birthday, at least from the pod. But sadly, my wife got COVID the day before, so we didn't really celebrate her birthday. We hadn't celebrated her birthday yet at all. So shout out. I just saw the date, and I was like, oh, I got to say that. All right, here we go. Next up. Continue.
I'm just chilling and looking at the news, and let me tell you, man, did y'all see the fiery crash that happened in, I guess, Los Angeles?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but man, it was just straight out of a movie. Then you got the actress Anne Hesh seeing and tearing up people's neighborhood, and looks like she was involved in a fiery crash. I don't know. Oh, America. And then why y'all ain't tell me it's another Predator movie, but it's on Hulu, I don't know, Hokey-Hoo. And it's called Prey, and it's with the Indians, and it is really, really interesting because...
Pause. It is with the Native Americans or the First Nation. We do not call them Indians on the program.
You know, the Indians was there first, and then the folks came and took this stuff, and fascinating, but they kicking Predator butt though. But just sitting back. Oh, so much going on. That's why I kind of don't like to look at the news. But what's been going on? How y'all doing? I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.
All right, we're gonna play this last one from her back to back because it came in like just a few minutes later.
Yo, it's me again. Did I ever tell y'all about that time that when I was doing Lyft for Uber, that a scientist, I picked up this scientist, and he was telling me about COVID and how they were trying to find cures, and how he said for the next 5 years it would be epidemic, pandemic, or whatever. Every year something would manifest or mutate. And I was like, yeah, he's just talking or whatever. But I'm just confused. Monkeypox. I'm just confused. Why it got to be monkey though? Why can't it be funkypox? Or stankypox? Monkeypox. It looks like from what I researched, I don't know, it's like herpes, and they talking about sexually, you touch somebody, and they're contaminated. I don't know. Oh Lord, what's it gonna be next year, y'all?
I hope nothing.
It's getting to a point where I'm thinking it's best everybody just stay home. The folks don't want to do right. And somebody else, a doctor was saying it has a lot to do with sanitizing and cleaning and washing your hands and stuff like that. And I was like, huh? It's just so much. I'm over it. I was over everything when I got COVID for the third time. Over it. Okay. I'm just thinking and watching Prey with the Predator. And, oh, wow, somebody leave. Oh, okay. I'm talking out later.
There we go. So thank you so much to Jay Del Negro and also Kayla for all of those. And yeah, man, we're just talking about that, the monkeypox and sort of how that came about and the mutations and all this other stuff. It's wild, man. I don't know. It's just one of those things, but it's crazy because the scientists said it. Remember, this is science, by the way. This is not conjecture, right? But the scientists said it. It all comes back to one of the most basic things ever, which is washing your hands.
Wash your damn hands.
Washing your hands. We've been hearing that since the beginning of COVID. And honestly, for me, being in the food service industry, I've been hearing that for years. So that's why I've always been a crazy hand washer and sanitizer. Let me tell you how many of these dang Clorox wipes we've gone through since I've been down. Like everything I touch, I will come behind and wipe with one of these dang Clorox wipes, or spray with some Lysol.
Yeah. And
wash my hands. So, I mean, I'm sure a bunch of diseases and infections can be avoided if you just wash
your hands.
Yes. Wow.
Easy
peasy.
Parents should have taught us that simple life lesson. Wash your hands. You wash your hands before you eat. All that good stuff. Hopefully you wash your hands after you go to the restroom, even though I've seen plenty of them that just jiggle and walk right out the bathroom, or like they walk right out the bathroom, or just put some hand sanitizer on and think that gets the germs off, think that gets the poo-poo particles off your fingertips. But no, they don't.
One of the worst things to see, one of the worst things to see is at the airport, watching people go to the restroom, or noticing people go to the restroom and just walk out the door. I'm just like, are you kidding me? This is one of the dirtiest places in the world, just because you have all those people that can pass through there, that can cross paths. You know what I'm trying to say? And speaking of my COVID, I had some backaches after we came back from that Hawaii trip, and like some back pains are one of the symptoms, one of the many symptoms you could have when having COVID. So I'm like, did I catch that when I was in Hawaii? And it just never really flourished until the next 2 weeks later. I don't know, or maybe the trip back. I don't know. Anyway, man, wash your hands, man. But the airport is one of the nastiest places. The airport and any restaurant, those two places where you see people not wash their hands. I'm like, of all the places, those are two places. Can you imagine
a little kid's restroom, little boy's restroom at school?
Oh, I can imagine it because I've seen it.
Take a black light, just germs, pee everywhere. Like my kids say they don't even pee at school sometimes because there's piss all over the floor.
So bad. See, I wonder, it's so crazy because I've heard women say that women's restrooms are absolutely disgusting. I wonder when that changes. Because little boys' restrooms in school, like in elementary and stuff like that, those are bad. And then I wonder when it switches over to girls being maybe worse. Maybe it's after
they
puberty.
Get that period.
I don't know. Yeah. But that is no. I've seen some of the restrooms as my wife, has taught and stuff like that, or when I was younger, obviously, and then also my son talks about he talked about one time at his elementary school where somebody had gotten some gotten a piece of dookie and just basically like painted the whole restroom and put them in the sinks and all kinds of stuff.
That's when something's mentally wrong. Yes.
Yep.
I ain't going there.
Ain't going there. Wow. That's crazy. Well, hey, thank y'all for the voicemails. You know where to leave them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm trying to find out, like, I guess I'm trying to find a new career, right? Maybe a side hustle on top of my other side hustle. Now, I sent you an image, I think not long ago, about OnlyFans having food, having like sort of like a recipe and food like set up where you can get all your fans to come and watch you cook recipes and stuff like that and pay you. And then you sent me something about another place where you could go and you can just post pictures of one of your body parts.
Feet.
Just make money off it. Feet
fetish. It's FeetFinder.com. So I saw this and it was only a video. I don't have the actual article or wording behind it, but apparently, obviously there's fetish for everything, So this one woman, she made enough money to buy her mom a brand new Mercedes-Benz just by posting pictures of her feet,
So did her mom notice she was posting pictures of her feet?
No, not until apparently in the video, not until she said, how did you able to afford this? And she was like, well, I post pictures of my feet and people pay for it. Okay, well.
Wait, she picture mama feet or her feet?
Her own feet, like the younger girl's feet. I'm guessing she's early 20s, maybe. So, but there are people out there that have fetishes, and we can't kink shame people who do that.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Screw that.
Yeah, we should.
What? Screw that. No, we can. Because guess what? Everybody has their own little weird stuff that they like. Everybody.
But let's say if it's like super extreme kinks that could be shame. Like people who love to have sex with animals. That should be
people who want to like poop on other people's faces and have sex through the poop. Yes. Yeah.
That
shame it. Shame it all.
Yeah. There you go. Well, those to that upper level, that upper spectrum of kinks. The doo-doo, the pee-pee, people who like to get golden showers and think it's erotic.
If you get off on like ashy elbows, make fun of it. I don't care. I'm just
maybe people like the ashy elbow and then like watching people rub lotion on it. How about that?
That could be one of them. They just like that ASMR.
Maybe I could do that with my feet because I got some ashy ass feet from time to time. I could just rub lotion on it.
FeetFinder.
See, maybe how about athlete's foot finder? My toes ain't nothing to be taken lightly.
Wow.
Especially my little pinky toe. I have no clue what's going on with my pinky toe. It's like non-existent now, at least the toenail.
That is wild. That's wild. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think, man, do I have any toes that would be good on FeetFinder? See,
no,
the problem
I have absolutely none.
One of my feet is not a candidate. My other foot would be a candidate, but I have like a scar on the side of it. I don't know where I got that from. Probably from wearing flip-flops or something like that. So actually 4 out of 5 toes would work. The 5th toe, not so much. This is having like feet from playing sports and all, and country feet and all this other stuff.
Country feet.
I mean, like, that there's a difference, man. There's like, you could definitely tell there's some people who like grew up more barefoot than others. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I was one of those kids who grew up more barefoot.
Just pick your foot up and it's just all black on the bottom.
Oh no, my foot
picking up all sorts of dirt.
Back in the day, though, it was dirty. Yeah. Back in the day, yeah, it was dirty. You know, I was a kid. You know, just being a kid, just out there in the streets.
Yeah, kids, man.
You know, yeah. So it is what it is, man.
Very funny.
But I wonder if they have like a foot fetish competition at the strip club when they're having brunch. So I saw this thing. I saw this thing in Atlanta. This video in Atlanta. I can't remember the club now, but they have Sunday brunch. It is the most popular brunch spot. I'm gonna have to find it now. Most popular brunch spot in Atlanta, and it's at a strip club. So the whole week and the night before, stripping, you know, popping it, dropping it, skeeting it, yeeting it, you know, popping bottles, all kinds of stuff.
It, then eating it.
Yeah, all of it. But then on Sunday morning, you know, they turn on the lights, you know, because they're not open on Sundays apparently. Strip club brunch.
King of Diamonds.
So then there you go, King of Diamonds.
That's a very popular strip club.
Wow. I looked up strip club brunch, and guess what? There's several that popped up here in Utah. So,
awesome.
Okay, there you go. I'm not going to any of those. But anyway, so yeah. Apparently, that people get in line. They just sit there, you know, for.
Do they serve at a strip club brunch?
I mean, they serve all the brunch stuff. Like,
see.
Yeah, see if they show.
But this is a special one. I'm trying to zoom in on this one spot where they had the whole line of food. I know I saw a big brick of cornbread.
Bruh.
Yeah. Cornbread. Why?
Wow.
All right. I see
it's
corn,
Atlanta, man. That's why.
Corn. I see seafood. I see chicken. Baked chicken at that, so they're trying to keep it somewhat healthy, not fried. Greens, I do see greens. They are taking some precautions. They got like
limited
little
crab legs and soul food.
Oh, you're reading the description?
Yeah, it's at eventbrite.com.
Eventbrite. So you got to purchase tickets.
5,700 followers. Let's see here. It's $10. $10. That's all it is.
For all you could eat?
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. All you can eat crab legs and soul food for brunch. Brunch and munch, $10 unlimited crab legs.
Here's the ultimate question. Is there entertainment during the brunch?
$25 mimosas, hookahs available, live band, and a DJ.
Just a band?
No strippers during brunch. That's what it says. Unlimited brunch with RSVP, including brunch and free entry. For sections, so you can get VIPs and birthday sections, you can RSVP. 21 plus, relaxed dress code. Brunch with Donnell Jones, Sunday, July 3rd.
Wow.
Every Sunday, crab legs and more. Here, I'm going to send this to you. This is wild. I don't know, man. It's just, and you know what? Something else.
Kids' birthday parties too.
Imagine a kid and then like slipping and falling in something and being like, what did I just fall in? Okay, so I just noticed something because the place is called King of Diamonds. It is shortened KOD. That's what they call it, KOD.
Yeah.
I remember what the dude name? What's his name? Oh my gosh. He wrote he has the album cover where he's sitting on the roof of a house. He's a rapper. I can't think of his name right now.
Cole?
I don't know why. J. Cole. Yeah. He had a song that was one of his singles that came out from I think his previous album called KOD.
KOD, yeah.
I wonder if this is what he was really talking about. Or let's see. Cornbread. I see turkey wings, shrimp and grits, collard greens, unlimited crab legs, $25 mimosas, free entry, free parking, live music from Red Sample, the best brunch in ATL, brunch and munch. Oh. After talking about monkeypox, I don't know if I want to brunch and munch.
Yeah.
Okay, especially I'm looking at this. Club. Oh, they have servers. So it looks like the strippers are servers.
Interesting.
Look like the strippers are serving the food out. $10 a pop, though, man. That's not even worth their money to show up, because they're trying to get paid, and that's not getting paid. Or maybe these are the people. Maybe these are like the side, like the strippers don't really get to get on the main stage that often. So maybe they're the ones who have to serve because it's helping them make some more money.
They like the C-class strippers.
Yeah, that's what they are. Shrimp, grits, sausage, turkey wings. What is that? That look like some ham hocks, bacon. I mean, and the plates are clear.
Interesting.
Because of course you want clear. You want to see through things at the strip club. Biscuits definitely look like they came out of a can or something. I mean, you could see. Okay, you could see the sadness in these people's eyes as they get the food from them. They smiling, but you can see behind their eyes they really sad. They sad people. Wow. These plastic gloves will not work. These plastic gloves y'all have will pop. Mac and cheese. I mean, dang, they got a spread though.
Got a spread.
Eggs Benedict.
All right.
Potato.
I'm looking at this. Yeah,
to be honest, I sort of want to eat some of that food though.
Yeah.
The bartenders dressed in bikinis. I don't even know, man. I don't even understand it. I'm so lost, man. I'm so lost. But it's a thing, man. $10. That's a good Sunday brunch. Some people we went over there right after church. Come on, man. Come on.
That's funny. That's pretty funny. The whole juxtaposition and contrast between the two.
Yes.
Go serve the Lord, then I'm gonna go serve.
Go serve the Lord and get served.
Yeah.
Get some stuff dropped and popped on my plate.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's a smart use of a space that's not getting used at that time.
Very true. Very
I would
true.
say that.
They're making money.
Am I shocked? Yes. Am I appalled? Slightly. Am I intrigued? Yes. Very. Oh, here's the menu. Okay, here's the menu. Lobster rolls. Several kinds. They have 5 kinds of lobster rolls. Okay, so wait, no, I think this is the regular menu. This is the regular menu. All right, this is the regular menu. This is not
they got brunch. Sausage. I see. Oh man, I'm watching a video. Brunch and Munch.
Yeah, that's the one I just saw.
Chicken and waffle. Yeah, okay, chicken and waffles and stuff. Okay.
Brunch.
Yeah, they got a lot of things.
Do they have carpet?
Do they have carpet?
Brunch and Munch. Munch on the carpet.
Yeah, I got you.
Wow. This is okay. This is a good way to make use of a space that's not being used on a day that you're not open, or maybe a time that you're not open. Yep. Okay, I could completely understand that. Just think of the cleanliness of the establishment. The night, you can imagine all the stuff that has gone down there throughout the week.
Oh yeah,
all the stuff.
And when does it open up? When does brunch start?
Brunch is at let's see what time to say. Brunch normally is at 10 a.m. I think is earliest. So there's no time on it. It doesn't have a time, but I assume it's 10 a.m. Let me see. Actually, what am I talking about? I could look at the thing. Okay, 12 p.m. 12 p.m. 12
okay, so they working hard between when they close up to let's say 9 when everybody got to set up and get things.
Okay, here we go.
Ready to roll.
They close on Saturday. They open 2 p.m. to 4 a.m. So from 4 a.m. because it take a minute to get people out of there. About 4:20ish, 4:30ish, from 4:30ish to 12 p.m. So that's 5.5, 6 hours. Do you think that's enough time to clean all the stuff that the black light will find?
They might just take that Clorox spritzer, the one that sprays, and just walk around and spray everything. Does it kill everything? Yeah, they just like fog. They just fog the whole strip club, and then there you go. That's the cleanliness they gonna get. I mean, that's about as clean as it's gonna get.
I remember getting some raid foggers. I remember my dad doing that in our house. It was wild. I remember going on some vacations where my dad was like, "All right, we're gonna kill all these roaches while we out of town." And I was like, "How you gonna do that?" And he got like two raid foggers, or 3 raid foggers. Set one up in the attic, and then 2 in the house. And he hit them. He closed the door. We drove off and left for like a week. And we came back, and man, it looked like a barren wasteland. It looked like a post-apocalyptic, roach den up in there. Everything was dead. So I'm wondering if that's what you mean by that. Like they have a Clorox fogger and they just hit it in a few spots in the club.
I don't know.
Because if that's the case, it's gonna kill everything in there. It's gonna work. So wow. I don't even that's not enough time. That's not enough time. No. Unless you have like a full on 10-person cleaning crew or something like that to come in and clean, that's not enough time.
Yeah. You already know you can't bring kids in there during your brunch because they're going to be eating off the floor. They're going to want to run up on stage and start swinging on the pole.
The worst part for me is when the kids drop the crayons on the floor at a restaurant and pick them up to color with them again. We have a family member whose kid does that, and every time I see it, I'm like, "Girl, don't do that! Don't do it!" But she's a free spirit and she does what she want to do. So I'm like, just at least wash your hands first. Wipe it off with a wipe. Nope, straight back onto the paper. Straight back on in her ear. Put it on here. I'm like, no. Nope. So yeah, I can imagine kids at that brunch.
Maybe there's a kids menu, a little coloring section on the back. It's like connect the numerical dots. It's a strip on a pole.
Wow! Imagine
it's a see-through stiletto shoe.
Imagine. Oh, this Cinderella's shoe? Yes, it is Cinderella, the dancer's shoe. Oh man, wow! Imagine, that's so funny. So I wonder if they would have brunch at a strip club in the line. I wonder if they would even have a strip club at the line. Well, so you send me this link of this place called The Line. Tell me about this place.
So The Line is pretty much
I'm gonna find it while you talk.
A futuristic city that is going to take place, that's already being constructed in Saudi Arabia area. It's going to span 200 meters across. So, well, not wide, but let's just say from side to side, 200 meters. And dang it, how many kilometers from end to end? But
I can't remember. It was like 100 or something like that. 115. Here, I'm pulling it up right now. Here we go.
Oh, you pulling up? Okay. Yeah, because I'm looking at the website, and the website is so massive and in depth that it's hard to find certain things.
This is awesome. This is awesome podcast video. Here we go. The Line.
The Line. Design.
I'm gonna. Oops. I get my cookie settings going. I'm gonna just accept the cookies because I want to go. I want to go and check it out, to be honest. I don't know if I want to live there, but I want to check it out. Here we go. The Line. World of Wonders for the world. This looks like a video game set.
It does. It really does look like a video game set. Because when I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, dang, this is straight out of
like a Ready Player One.
What's that game? Could be Ready Player One or Mirror's Edge. Mirror's Edge is what I immediately thought. So many things. So apparently this is supposed to reduce carbon emissions, and so it's 170 kilometers wide from end to end, 200 meters wide across. Let's see. I'm trying to read you.
170 kilometers. How long is that? Let's see. I'm gonna just do it here right now. 170 km to miles. I know it's more than 170
105 miles.
It's 105 miles.
Yeah, so about 105 miles straight across, and it's going to be stacked up levels, multiple levels. I think the very bottom level is going to be for transportation. You're going to have these mid levels that are going to be for like all your retail and all kind of other businesses, and then of course you're going to have parks. You're going to have all this other stuff going on within this line of living. And it looks beautiful.
To be honest, it looks sort of dope.
It looks really dope. Now, question is, like, the outsides are going to be mirrors. So it's going to be reflective mirrors. So that's the thing that kind of gets me.
Oh, man. How many birds will die?
Birds are going to be blasting right into this thing. Let's hope that a pilot is good enough, that air traffic control in that area is great enough to guide those folks.
Oh, they'll definitely have it set up to where you don't go toward it, you go around it. You know,
no,
it'll change all the flight paths that.
No, this is. I mean, it's beautiful, man, and the whole model behind it, like reducing, your carbon emissions and a lot of things, getting the Earth in that area, I guess, sustainable for for more natural life, trees and whatever. It sounds great. It really does. I'm curious to see how it works out. I don't think it's going to be fully built in I ain't gonna say fully built in our lifetime, but I know they're still going to be working on it throughout our life. They've already started, I guess, the foundation construction of everything, like laying out the land. Yeah. I watched video. I think they started last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting.
So I'm curious to see how it works out. They say it's great for trade. It'll be like right in the middle of different trade routes, so people will be able to come and go towards like trading and business and all this other stuff. Should be great. Yeah. Would other cities or would other countries follow suit? Do they have the money to follow suit? Because Saudi Arabia is a big oil business.
Yeah. Other countries would. There's only maybe a couple of other countries that would have the money that would try this. The problem is this, though. Think about this in America. First of all, people are going to have the freedom to come and go as they please because people like their freedoms here. They're going to want to have firearms because, there's always a faction of people like that, to try to protect their little space in the line. And where would you put this? The thing is, I think this area in Saudi Arabia is an area that you don't get hurricanes there. You don't get tornadoes probably. You do get heat, obviously, because it's the desert. I wonder what the weather patterns are there and where that would work in other countries. In America, maybe like the North Pacific Northwest on the coast, because the weather there's places there where the weather is pretty nice most of the really nice most of the year. California, along the coast there. It wouldn't work down south. It wouldn't work. It may work up north because you could temperature control like a good portion of the year within the line, right? But in other places around the world, I don't know. Maybe there's some places in Europe, I don't know, in Asia possibly, Australia. I don't know, man. I don't know. Interesting.
Wow. So now I'm looking at the site and there's like other projects besides the line. There's one called Trojena, which is a mountain. I don't even know what you want to call it, like a mountain destination. So it's like world-class destination blending natural and developed landscapes and offering unique human-centric experiences for residents and visitors alike. Destination will house 6 distinctive development districts centered around tailored experiences that blend real with virtual architecture and engineering innovations, all to create a destination like no other on Earth. It looks pretty dope. It
sounds like Fire Festival to me right now. It sounds too good to be true.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think there aren't any Americans situated with this, or
so it's probably going to happen, right?
It'll probably happen. I mean, we see what happened with Abu Dhabi and the UAE, how they got those crazy looking islands and the tallest freaking futuristic buildings out there.
Yeah,
they already have like hover with flying car cops that are out there.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
They're on their business. They're on their P's and Q's over there. What we're doing here in America, I don't know what we're doing with whoever organized, the people who have money. There's like a super small percentage of people who have money who are trying to do certain things. Like Elon Musk is trying to do this whole deal where he's building that underground tunnel. I forgot what he's actually calling it.
It's like the hypertube or something like that.
Hyperloop. That's what it's called.
Hyperloop,
yeah. So he's doing that. So that's one very small, piece of the puzzle of trying to innovate things in America. But you got like a whole bunch of people that got money in Saudi Arabia, in this particular area of the world, who got billions upon billions of dollars, who could actually sit down, have people who could find out different things and research to see how they do this thing, and they put it to work. I don't think we could even do that in America because people
don't want to come together here. That's the problem.
Exactly.
We used to have a culture in America where people would come together for the greater good, and now there's still people who do that. There's a faction of people who just like don't care. There's a faction of people who, this is mine and I'm not going to share it with anybody. I'm not saying that you should share everything, I'm trying to say, but I am trying to say, there's a portion of people, like you said, who are like the top, whatever percentage of people it is that are making I can't remember where I saw it, but there was a video that I saw that said there's X amount of citizens in America who made, what does it say? It said they made something like 20% of all of the income that could have been made last year in the country. So, but it's just like a handful. It's like 100 people or something like that. 100 people made 20% of the money that everybody in the nation made. Like, imagine. That's insane, just in 1 year. So just imagine how many years that's been happening. So that's the problem. And I think a place like that, they've been around so long. They've been, a country in a region since the beginning of time, depending on what you believe. So, Europe, Asia, the Middle East, they're farther along as a culture than we are, and we haven't, we're probably going through stuff right now that they went through long ago in some of those places, and still trying to sort that out. And we're not together as we used to be. So I'm looking at this. So you have a work-life balance, right? Legacy-free urbanism, whatever that means. Enhanced livability, which this sort of looks cool. This is like the line with like little cruise ships and stuff was cool. Leisure and sports, which that doesn't really speak to leisure and sports, more leisure. Vertical living, so I guess you can live, all the houses are vertical. Next gen architecture. This actually looks pretty cool. This image right here, we're showing like a port where the boat's going out, with this sort of like, I don't know, sort of like what do you call it? I don't know, like this arch over it. That looks actually super dope. Imagine being in there and like maybe there's like restaurants in there and stuff like that. That would be actually really cool to like sit there and just watch the boats go out, watch the sunset. Walkable communities, so you can walk places within like, a few minutes. Environmental solutions, so there's, a lot of green. The cool thing that I saw was like you can get from end to end within 20 minutes.
Yeah. So,
and here we go.
Yeah, that's 105 miles.
Yeah. And they said this is how Manhattan would look if they had the line in Manhattan. So here we go. Let me see if this works. But it may be staticky. Just let me know if it's not working. So here's Manhattan. I've been there before. I know this area. So picking all of that up, condensing it, and making everything look like Central Park.
So
like that would be. There's some places where this would actually be really dope.
That would be very dope. I mean, I know people won't want to live on top of each other like that. Even though in New York, people basically live right on top of each other because it's such close quarters. But, you know, I think something like this could be great for the, you know, world.
Yeah, great for societies. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. It is really wild. It's a crazy concept. You can apparently go out and check it out. You can reserve space, to go and actually view the area, and you have to obviously travel on your own dime. But yeah, they have Oxagon, right? Oxagon, which is a version of Trojana, and then the Line. Oxagon is just as it sounds, like an octagonal place, that's similar to the Line. And the place is called Neom. So Neom is Neom an actual city in the Middle East,
so
or is it just the name of the company?
They say, I think it's the name of the company, because they're saying Oxagon is a city in Neom. So all these are like a city. So I guess the Line will be a city in Neom, Oxagon, and then Trojana, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but it looks cool nonetheless.
I mean, see, Trojana sounds like Trojan horse to me, which makes me think it's not real. It makes me think there's something that appears different than it actually is. Even though the Trojana video, this is dope. Watching them get out of this place in the middle of nowhere and then like skiing uphill with these snowboards and like basically like motorized skis and the boats, bruh. I want to go and chill there. I want to go and visit. Like, it looks cool, bro. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, sadly, we will, before this place is be up and running, we're going to be old.
So, yeah, it was announced 4 years ago, October 24th, so day after my birthday. Dope. Neom is a Saudi Arabia city being built in Tabuk province. So there's a location. It is a city now being built. And it's and the crazy thing is this. I'm gonna stop sharing it. So the crazy thing is you reference, there's places out there in Dubai or wherever it is where they have all the islands, that they've created that look like palm trees and whatnot. So they also had a plan to build more islands that are all the shapes of the continent or the countries and continents in the world. And they're basically all in this big, like oval looking area. And if you look at them from space or from way above, it looks like they all look like little, France and America and Mexico, like all this stuff. So, but apparently they ran out of money to do that. So there's a bunch of these little like island sandbars that they've created out in the middle of the ocean. Some of them have homes on them. Some of them have like a street and maybe a house that they started to build. They just never finished it. Or some of them are just barren. It's just blank.
Dang, that sucks.
So there's tons of those just sitting out there that they've created these man-made sandbars, man-made islands that are sitting out there. So this is one of those projects that's sort of like, if they can pull it off, it's going to be amazing. Pull it off. Like the Burj Khalifa, like the tallest, building in the world. If they pulled that off, like if they could pull this whole thing off, that would be dope. It's a stretch that it could happen. The problem is this. Obviously, they started building it. So like you said, they're doing the foundation of it. But it's going to take so much money to continually come in, to continually flow in for this to actually get to not even full completion. I'm talking about like just like the first, first like mile, the first width of it, the first full level of it, whatever it is, whatever the stages that they're building it in. That first stage is going to cost so much just by itself. And so imagine all of that. Imagine them, doing that, but then building in the infrastructure within it, the plumbing, you know, all of the,
True. Oh yeah,
you know, bringing in all the dirt and just, I don't know, man. To me, it's just wild because I'm imagining, you know, you have trees and all this other stuff there. Roots grow and they grow through things, you know. And then on top of that, somebody I saw some when you were saying that, I think I read some articles on like Reddit about it or something like that, where they were saying like, you know, how many birds are going to fly into this, or how many birds are going to get cooked by the sun reflecting off of it. You know what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
There's
If there even
a lot.
is a big bird population there, who knows?
Well, you know, there's birds everywhere. There's birds everywhere,
Yeah,
and then also,
you know.
I think, and it seems like if not, they're gonna basically port in birds so they can have that whole coastal like beach area, you know. But there's wildlife everywhere, so we'll just say it like that.
Wow.
And there's birds everywhere, so I'm just trying to figure out, you know, how that's gonna work.
So they say it needs 85 million tons of cement to build Neon.
They got a lot of sand out there. They might as well use it.
So 90% fabricated prefabricated components to cut waste. Upgrading construction plan efficiency from 25% to 100%. So I mean, it's a great thought. Great thought. I'd love to see the finished product, or wherever I'm at a good sustainable age where I move freely to just visit, possibly. I don't know. It'd be fun. It'd be nice.
What would it like to be homeless there? I bet it would actually be pretty dope.
Oh, they might just kick you right outside.
You're homeless. You have to sit on this side of the mirror. Imagine if you were on the outside of the mirror, like the opposite side from the coast, and you're just on the desert side of the mirror and you're just chilling. And like everybody's looking at you from the mirror, and like, or like maybe you can't see through the mirror because of one of those two-way mirrors, so you can't tell. But everybody's just staring, or you're just sitting there like imagining millions of people just staring at you through the mirror, and you're just standing there like. And they send a notification every day of all the people who got put out. It's probably
couldn't pay their rent.
Yeah.
Dang. That's
this.
wild.
What movie is that? Oh shit! This reminds me of so many of those like post-apocalyptic, you know, like the Mockingjay movies, like The Race, like all these movies where you see this crap happen in the future, and it's like the most wild, outlandish stuff. This reminds me of those types of things. Like, it's wild. It's wild. You know what? I wonder if they have the holographic teleportation. I wonder if you could teleport.
I was about to ask you that. I was sure they probably will, and they'll probably be a little bit more advanced.
They will now?
I'm sure they will, and they'll probably be like a whole little center where it'll be all more advanced than what we got now. You know. So speaking of your holoporting, I thought this was pretty interesting that you sent me this. The world's first ever international holographic teleportation has just been conducted. And it looks pretty interesting from the videos. I guess you have to have those. What are they? The glasses. What are they called? Whatever Mark Zuckerberg. The HoloLens. HoloLens? No, not
okay.
HoloLens.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, whatever those virtual reality deals are called. There's multiple ones on Oculus. There you go, Oculus.
Yeah, all right.
So I didn't know what it was called. Whatever they are, the Oculus. I'm guessing you have to have the Oculus or something similar to that for you to see that other person in your room or somewhere. But yeah.
So nothing actually transported. It's just a hologram of them.
Yes, just a hologram.
Correct?
That's correct. Just a hologram. If you want to have meetings or whatever. I mean, it's weird because I think about it and it's like, what is the difference between this and like Skype or Zoom or Microsoft Teams? You know, besides being a hologram. So, yeah.
I don't know, man. I think it's
where they could take it. It's very cool.
Yeah, it is. now getting that image, turning it into matter. That's the thing. Whenever they can do that, boy, it's gonna be wild.
It's gonna be a game changer.
It really will. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I think it's pretty dope. You know, turning it into matter or turning it into like smell-o-vision. You know what I'm trying to say? Like you could see it and you could smell it. Maybe not be able to touch it yet, but you could smell it.
Just
like,
another,
you know, like
factor into those fetish things. The smell.
I'm gonna tell you something. That would be
reality feet.
Exactly. Yeah. That would be one of the ultimate things in advertising, to be able to holoport something into someone's bedroom or kitchen or living room, and then you can smell it, or you can, you know, get a sense of the texture or whatever it is. Like, just imagine like being like, you know, being like McDonald's and being able to holoport some fries into somebody's living room, and you be able to smell it, and you had to go to McDonald's to go get fries right then. You know what I'm trying to say?
Well, what? Yeah, I understand. That would be dope. I'm thinking this is probably eventually, if this keeps on further advancing, this could replace televisions.
Could
just get
it's
like
possible.
Maybe it'll just, you want to turn on the TV, it'll just project from a little disc or something that you got on your table or your nightstand or whatever, and it'll just project to whatever size you need it to.
Yeah,
that could be cool. And they could spritz out any type of smell you wanted to spritz out.
Yeah. Or if it's virtual, you could just like, you know, you could use those virtual hands and do this thing and make like expand it or, you know, contract it, whatever. So,
kind of like on a Minority Report with Tom Cruise.
Yes.
Tom Cruise. Yeah.
All these movies are coming to life. Wow, that is wild, man. That's cool. That's cool. I'm down. I think I'm sure this is obviously going to have some tie into the metaverse. You know what I'm trying to say?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Putting those in there and then having the sights and sounds and smells and all that stuff like they have in the metaverse, which apparently like there's all kinds of stuff going down in the metaverse and we just don't even know it.
Sexual harassment cases.
Yeah, there's crime in the metaverse.
There's crime in the metaverse.
There's all kinds of stuff happening there. There's like block parties. Let me see. What's the name of this? What's it called? Let's see here. There was some Instagram that we follow, and I'm trying to remember what it is because they have a metaverse. They have like a whole metaverse platform as well. Let's see. Here it is. There's several of those, but what is it? Okay. Baller Alert, right? Baller Alert has something called Baller Alert Metaverse. And within the metaverse, they have DJ, like they have it like where you can go and just listen to a DJ. Or listen to shows and stuff like that. And like your character could just go in there and chill out and listen to a live show. $50. Oh, no. It's a $50 no legs dance contest. What? How? I just want to see it. But yeah,
$50 no legs dance contest.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So there you go. It's wild. But anyway, I digress. I don't know. I know there's more. I wonder. Okay, so I wonder if I don't know. I can't put it together. But okay, so we have a couple topics left, which both of them sort of tie into each other. One is this guy pranked the most racist man in America, so that was sort of hilarious. The other one was accompanied through a corporate retreat at a slave plantation. Alabama?
In Alabama. So let me just go right into it. I feel like I've heard this story on another podcast before. I don't know if it was Don't Judge Me, but this recently came out early August. So a black man revealed online that in response to having to attend his workplace retreat that was held at a plantation, he opted to arrive dressed up as an enslaved person. So apparently he is the only person of color at his company. They wanted to be to go in there at a plan. The company, the heads of the company, the party planners wanted to get have a party that was accurately portrayed through the time period.
So period attire.
A period piece, period attire. Apparently, somebody didn't know that there was one person of color there, one black man there working there, and maybe they just completely forgot about slavery in Alabama. So here, quote unquote, as a lot of you already know, I had to attend a corporate retreat this weekend that happened to take place on the southern plantation in Alabama. There was a period appropriate costume ball scheduled for the end of the trip, but they apparently forgot about me, their lone black employee. Hilarity ensued. The man known as Bisfitty on Reddit wrote, the situation apparently occurred 7 years ago. Oh, according to the original post thread on the platform. So apparently, I did hear this somewhere else. Situation went viral with Twitter user SW Stewardy writing, listen, the way this man understood the assignment, and he did understand because he came in with
dressed in slave attire,
dressed like a slave with a handful of cotton, barefoot.
Wow.
Should I don't know who's watching this. I would
Just
share the pictures. I would share the pictures, but anyway,
you can share the pictures. It's all right. You can share the pictures because this is out there in the streets. It's all right. It's not us making fun. It's us showing facts.
Yeah. Let me share it with you, my brother. Window. There we go. Share.
Yeah.
Is it up? Is it share?
Let me see. No. Oh, wait. Here we go. Add to stream. There we go. Bam.
Yeah. All right. So there you go. My boy he's dressed as a slave. No, didn't come
holding food like he trying to serve him.
He got cotton tucked in his front shirt pocket. That's dope.
Wow.
Yeah. Look, y'all, I got a new job. I'm driving Miss Daisy. There we go.
Dang.
So apparently, let's see. In the end, the boss canceled the party, and the CEO who was supposed to be at the party never showed up. The reason they gave for canceling the party was inclement weather. Right. And while it did rain, the party was supposed to be outside. The location had more than enough space inside for there to be some sort of contingency plan. It's also a bit odd that the CEO canceled. As far as I know, he isn't allergic to rain. My thoughts, I think the climate was just a bit dark for him. Ooh, ain't that something?
Wow, a bit dark.
Yeah.
This dude took all kinds of photos.
Oh,
he documented everything.
He did. He's coming through the door. My entrance to the party. Next one of the women decided she wanted to model her dress for now. As a result, I have finally been seen. This was her face seconds before I stepped out from around the corner. So she's happy and smiling. She sees him.
Ooh,
now the frown. Here she is seconds later once I have revealed my costume. Woman in dress. And oh my God. Biss, did you see what Biss is wearing? Oh my God, I can't even silence. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they don't understand. They don't realize. I think because I remember reading it, and I think they said that, you had some he had some people from who were like British transplants or something like that, and they were excited to share. And those people in Europe, I don't think I know they have heard the history probably, but I don't think they understand it and think about it as much, because I think that might be that lady, if I remember reading correctly, but I may be way off. Maybe somebody totally different. But those people, they don't think about that. They don't think about
They don't.
They don't think about that. They ain't think about that. They're like,
Okay.
you know what? We just go and be ourselves and not think about it.
So here's what the aftermath that happened. He wrote on Reddit, update, currently on phone with boss and HR. Was wondering why the call wasn't with boss and the HR chick I deal with all the time. I now know why I'm dealing with the head of HR and not the usual chick. LOL. Normal HR chick is the person I expected to hear from. Wasn't her because the damn party was her dumbass idea.
Wow.
She has been canned. I have been promoted with a disproportionate raise and better bennies benefits. But I have been assured, in all caps, that this has nothing to do with anything that happened at the retreat, and just happens to be coinciding with HR assistant director Canning. So remember, kids, correlation equals causation. Boom. Wow, my guy.
I say props to him for understanding the assignment, for lack of a better term.
He did. He understood.
Showing up like that, taking photos to document the thing that happened, and also the photos that came through from whoever took them of that lady recognizing him. You know what I'm trying to say? And see what he was wearing, and almost telling on him, like being like, "You see what he wear?" Like I think that was all a smart move. But the company itself, like the HR lady, like what were you thinking? But I mean, you and I both have had this.
Yes, I was just about to ask you.
We both had a similar scenario like this. I mean, I remember being in church in Fort Worth at the church my wife, attended before we got married, and then we both attended just because it was closer. But I remember the pastor getting up there, and he was talking about something that like happens in America, more than other places. And he's like, let's face it, we're all white. And that's what he said. And he went on saying stuff.
Excuse me?
And my wife looked at me. She had this like, and I did the same thing. I was like, well, excuse me. But then I looked around though, and I was like, there's Mexican people here. I might be the only black person here today, even though I know I'm not, because I know there's other brothers and sisters that go to church. But I was looking around, I was like, I see some Mexican people, I see some Asian people, I see some Indian, like Middle Eastern people. I was like, yeah, we all white, huh? Yeah.
Maybe he meant to say right.
He was no. He said he meant white because he was talking about stuff that Americans do, and I was like, first of all, sir, and I think. I don't know. I think it was one of those moments when he said it. He was like, "Well, I said it, so I might as well just keep going." And he didn't want to like go back on it. But from that moment on, I was like, But then I think he said something in another sermon. I don't know, maybe like several months later or something like that. That you could tell somebody probably said something to him right after he said that, and he corrected it like the next time he referenced something in that same vein. I think he was like, we're all Americans and we all have like, we're all different cultures. He said something like that in the next time. But in a work environment, I've had that happen in the previous job, the first job that I had here in Utah. I was the only black person there for a long time. Then there was this, but there's where I work, there's two different sides. There was a front office side, the people that, are more like in the cubicles and stuff like that, or the people in the store. And then there's like back of the house, basically people behind the wall who were in the warehouse. So I was the only black person on this side of the wall. Then there was a lady who was like mixed, who was on the other side in the warehouse. We always would sort of like make comments to each other about, like us being the only ones and stuff like that. But there's stuff that happened or stuff that people would say, or like at like team meetings and stuff like that, where you're like, you didn't notice this, did you? And I'm sure you get that too where you work right now.
Oh yeah. I have no specifics, but I try to listen out every team's meeting just to see if something catches my ear along that lines. It's just funny, man, being the only. Well, no, we got two darkies now. Sorry to call us darkies. We got two people of color now.
Darkness.
So
the darkness.
It's interesting, man. Let's just say it's interesting how people kind of forget that we're here.
Yeah, yeah. That's true, man. People do forget. That's the unfortunate truth. That people forget, man. It's wild. But whenever somebody says a comment and you could tell that they didn't say, oh, this comment doesn't relate to some of us. You know what I'm trying to say? It doesn't relate to everybody in the room. Read the room, people. People just don't get it, man. I think they just be in their own world so much, that they don't consider everything else that's happening around them. Speaking of considering everything happening around you, you sent me that link about the guy who pranked the most racist man in America. The dude who didn't even realize, I guess he realized that he was in the.
Oh, I sent you that? I thought you sent me that.
Yeah. No, you sent me that. You sent me, okay. I pranked the most racist, or did I send it to you?
You sent me that.
Yeah. I think I saw it on Facebook.
It's all right. It's all good. At
this point, yeah. I saw it on Facebook. I pranked the most racist man in America. It was a guy who happened to be the retired leader of the KKK.
Yeah,
I was
Grand Wizard.
Beside myself. Yeah, I was beside myself when I saw that. I was like, how? And the fact that this dude was so smooth, he was like, yeah, I'm from the BBC. This guy, let's see here, Nico Omilana. He was pranking the most racist dude in America. And it's crazy because it was all associated with this one town in Arkansas that people say was the most racist town in America, but in actuality, this dude lived a town over, right?
Yeah,
he lived a town over, but they would always come to that town and like hold meetings and rallies and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's crazy, but this dude had a lot of stones. I mean, he's obviously a brother or maybe a mixed brother, something like that from Britain. And I think that's the only reason why he was able to get away with it the way he did, because it was almost like you can tell you're not from around here by the fact that you have this accent.
Right.
And and he went right in. He talked. He went up to this dude's house. The crazy thing is, he went to the former Grand Wizard's house.
Yeah, on his
walked
lawn.
up, almost tried to knock on the door, and the dude like pulled up at the same time, and he's like, "You need to get on out of here." He's like, "Hey, well, I'm from Great Britain, blah blah blah. I want to, I'm from the BBC. I want to have an interview with you if that's fine." He's like, "Well, let's talk about it on the phone." Gave him his phone number. So you gave the dude all your contact information. You got your address and your contact information. Called him on the phone. Agreed to do that. The stones of this reporter to go in and sit down inside this racist man's church that he was the pastor of. This is not regular Christianity. This is racism. This is not real. These are the ones that all regular Christians look at and be like, y'all are messing it up for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? But the stones that this dude had, A, to stay in the town overnight, B, to go to the town over and be in this dude's church with his interview with nobody else of color around him. Maybe, I don't know who the cameraman was, but the cameraman was probably a white dude. Whoever came with him. And just be making all these jokes that the guy obviously doesn't get because he's too old to understand it. Wow. But then at the end of it, he's like, "Do you ever have sex with the hood on?" That took me out right there.
He's definitely lucky that the guy didn't have like a whole bunch of his I don't want to call them congregation, but a bunch of his
Cronies.
followers,
Yeah,
like with him, because I don't know if it would have turned out too well. But of course, I don't know. I don't know, man.
It's funny because the funny thing was he was asking him like, you know, are there other kinds of clans? Like I know that you're the Ku Klux Klan, but have you ever heard of FaZe Clan and all this? And it's funny when the dude was like, I've never heard of FaZe Clan, but you know, I just want to say hello to them and you know say we appreciate what you're doing. FaZe Clan is the
video
name of
game team, right?
Yes, an esports team. This dude was clueless. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was obviously super harrowing, you know, very, very, I don't know. Yeah, that's the bravest thing I've ever seen in a long time. Somebody to walk in the snare like that. Because, you know, if the guy would have got any kind of like inkling of that being a sham or whatever it was, you know, the prank, then that dude would have died. He wouldn't have made it. We'd have never seen this. You know, he would have disappeared.
Wow.
But and then the fact that there was like a couple of white dudes who really helped him out that were basically playing like, you know, the what do you call that? The games, like the board games.
Oh yeah, like Magic the Gathering or something.
Yeah,
like
they
that.
were playing that.
Yeah.
And there was one dude who was willing to take him there and like basically be his chauffeur. I thought that was dope.
That's cool, man.
But the crazy thing is he put himself in harm's way by also showing his face and giving his name too. So
yeah. Have you ever had a conversation or just talk with somebody, I guess a racist maybe?
I have, but I don't. I've talked to people that I know were racist, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like everybody knows they are, but they're not coming out and saying it type of thing. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But I never had like, I mean, it's been sort of like within like a work setting or you know, a group setting, you know, something like that where it wasn't like a one-on-one. Have you?
Yeah, but not about like racist things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've talked to like a neo-Nazi, you know, guy before, had tattoos all over him and stuff like that. And all, you know, I mean, it was just the coolest conversation. It wasn't like really I couldn't hear or see any type of, at that time, while I was talking to any hatred or animosity or anything like that towards me. At the time, it was just like regular talk conversation, you know, just laughs and smiles and talking about music and all kind of other things, but nothing, no talk. You know, was he reformed or anything? Can you reform somebody like that? I don't know. I have no clue. I think
it's possible. I definitely think it's possible.
Yeah.
Because I've heard of people doing that. The problem is you still got the tattoos and all the other stuff, you know, so you got to cover them up or get them removed, right?
True.
And you actually have to constantly move forward showing that you're reformed. So, but I've heard of it. That's crazy though, man. The thing is in my mind is like, obviously I know what you might have been thinking in your mind, you know, or maybe what were you thinking in your mind? But think about what they were thinking. If they had not been reformed, at that point, just think about what they're thinking in their conscience while they're smiling and nodding in your face. You know what I'm trying to say? What's really going on behind the eyeballs?
We don't know.
It's insane. The sad part is, I don't know how I want to say this, but the sad part is we have probably had those interactions with people more than we even know.
Oh yeah. I'm sure we do. Yeah.
Over the course of time, maybe in school, maybe college and work, you know, around friend groups and stuff like that. We've had those situations more than we even know. And you don't know until sometime later when you see something or you hear the person say something, or, you know, they're not wearing long sleeves and you see the tattoos on them. You know, I'm gonna say, okay, so what do you think about this? What is your thoughts and feelings about this? When I was in high school, I went to school with the kid. I'm gonna tell you his name. His name is Jermaine. I went to school with him. He was like a year younger than me, I believe. He was a black dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure he was adopted by white people, though, if I'm correct.
Okay.
Or maybe he lived with his. No, was he all black? Yeah, I think he might have. He was either all black or he was maybe half. He was mixed, but is adopted by white people. I don't think he lived with his parents. If he lived with his parents, it was just the white parent, the mom or whoever it was, or dad. I can't remember now. But I remember, okay, so we had a faction we had a group of people, a clique, they called the Kickers, right? These were all people who were in the country, like cowboys and cowgirls, right? They wore boots and the cowboy garb. Like, that's what they were.
Mm-hmm.
This dude only hung out with them unless he was unless it was on the football field, which he played football and he hung out with everybody. But he mainly hung out with them, ate lunch with them, all that stuff. He had a brown suede members only jacket, right? With
I know exactly which one.
Stars and Bars patch, the Confederate flag patch on it. I remember one day him coming to class because I had like theater class with him. I remember one day him coming to class and he had used a knife or something to etch the swastika into his arm.
Etch the swastika? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'd ask him about that. We asked him about we'd like tell him the history of the Stars and Bars stuff. He's like, man, I don't care, man. That's my people. I'm just like, bro, who are you? Do you realize what you're saying? What you've done to your arm? I don't know where this fool is today. I ain't heard of him. I ain't seen him. I don't know what happened to him. But I'm like, he was literally Clayton Biggums. Wasn't that his name?
Bigsby.
Clayton Bigsby.
Yeah.
The black white supremacist. That's what that fool was.
There's unfortunately there's a lot of cats out there that love the Confederate flag. I wasn't sure what your homie's idea was behind the Nazi.
He wasn't my homie. Homie.
Your associate.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Associate.
Yeah, my classmate. Yeah.
I wasn't sure about that, but there's a lot of them that take pride in that.
You go on TikTok,
flag.
go to some TikTok lives. You'll see a lot of them. You'll see a lot of us who've lost their way. You know what I'm trying to say?
I'm sure. And you say that he was adopted by.
I think he got adopted. He's I can't remember 100% because I may be getting two guys mixed up with their family stories.
Mm-hmm.
But he was either, hold on. This may be okay. So there's another dude who was completely black who wasn't, or who was half, but I think he was adopted. So I think this guy only lived with his mom, who was white.
That's probably the case right there. It wasn't explained in the home, and I'm sure the white mom probably only had
white friends.
High possibility she only had white friends,
Yeah.
So white family members probably didn't spend much time with the father's family members or fathers. So that's possibly the issue right there.
Yeah. This is, I don't know, man. This is the thing though. As a kid, you get a lot of information from your friends. Like all of us would always question him literally every day in class. This is not like where you have like 2 classes with him a week. Like we didn't have block schedule. This was like 5 days a week, And if you played sports, you saw him, on the football field too, or whatever team whatever level he was on. But like you get all this line of questioning from your friends. Why is there no point in time where you're like, I should really ask somebody, or I should really do some research? Now, obviously, this wasn't the time where we had Google like we have today. We didn't have that resource, so we couldn't just like Google it and show him, what I'm trying to say. But he knew that you can't get to this. You can't get to high school. Maybe you can, but I'm thinking you can't get to high school in Texas and not know what the swastika is, because no, you're taught that in class. You're taught about Hitler and World War II and all that stuff. You're taught about that in class coming up, world history. But then I guess there's a way that you don't hear about that in school with the stars and bars with the Confederate flag, because we already know that they hold back a bunch of history to the people, especially the people of the South in America.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no way that colloquially or within friend groups or classmates that you never hear about this. That's why we had to beat that, beat him up. That's why we had to beat it into his brain. Be like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, you're literally wearing, the flag, the flag. You're waving the flag for the people that hate us. Come on, man.
Dang, you don't remember his name. It'd be so
I
fun.
know his name was Jermaine. I can't remember his last name though. I'll probably remember it after we get off the pod, and I'll come up with it and I'll look for him. But dude,
it'd be fun to see what happened to him. If he still got that cut, that mark on his arm or not.
Man, I don't even know, man. It's just one of those things, man. There's stuff that you see sometimes and you just like, how? Like how?
No.
How?
I know. I know.
All
right.
Anyway, yeah, I think that's time. Is that time?
That's time,
will
man.
Be on time.
Yeah,
but
man. We like 2.5 hours in, but we had weeks upon weeks.
This nigga here, I see him.
Uh-oh. What is he doing? Uh-oh. I guess that's not a good thing.
He ain't changed. Let's just say he ain't changed yet. He ain't changed. He got a thin blue line or whatever they call that. Like, we have a picture of, looks like, a officer who was killed in the line of duty as the image with the thin blue line across it. Yeah, he is friends with friends. So, let's see here. Yeah, man. He's still around. He's still kicking. Wait, hold on a second. No. No, he's not. Oh, a lot of people saying I miss you, bro. So maybe not. Feeling your presence lately. Wait, who is it? Bruh.
Not looking too
that's
good.
That's not him. That's not him. Okay, I thought it was somebody different. Working a while. So it does look like he passed away quite some time ago.
Oh, dang.
So I'm sorry for calling him out of his name. It was just an original reaction. But I don't know what happened to him. But it looks like, let's see, when is this post? 11 years. 11. Going to work in a while. 11 years ago. So maybe it happened around 2000. So that would have been, let's see here. I graduated in 97. He would have graduated in like 98, 99. So it happened sometime not long after he passed. But I see stuff where people are posting, miss you, RIP, all this stuff. But he has Facebook.
Yeah, that's what I'm like thinking.
So maybe maybe I'm wrong.
After that?
No. So he was the message was from 11 years prior to that, prior to whenever that message was posted. So I don't know, but it looks like he passed away. And I don't know how, so I'm sure we'll sort it out at some point. But I don't know, man. It was just one of those things that you look at stuff like that. Let's see here. Rest in peace, victims of post. Rest in peace. Get real soon. Victim of Orange County. Okay. I was trying to see if he passed away in one of them. I don't know, man. I'm just saying it's one of those things you see it. And you're like, oh wait, this is a contingent of record drivers who came out to honor this guy. These guys, with the help of HPD, shut down freeway and send him home. To those who honor him, they thank you. Oh wow.
So maybe the officer that got killed in duty or something.
Hold on. This is came out to honor guys with the help of HB shut down. So maybe he was an officer, but the picture of him on here, this picture of this person is not him. Let's see here. Traffic backed up. Can't nobody get a tow truck driver today. Was he a tow truck driver? I don't know, man. Okay. I feel bad for calling him out of his name, but the stuff happened. So I don't know what happened, but the stuff happened. And maybe he changed. Maybe he flipped it around. I don't know. But was it cancer? Or I don't know what. I don't know. Because it could either been an accident or some cancer. I don't know which happened. But either way, it sucks that he passed. Hopefully he had changed from those ways that we saw back then. And it looked like he's spinning records with some brothers. So maybe so. I don't know. But yeah, it looked like he died from cancer, bro. Man, that sucks.
Oh, damn. That sucks.
Dang. But either way, when the situation happened back in the day, we all tried to hip him to the game and he wasn't feeling it. I lost touch with him, obviously, after school, obviously. But this looked like this just happened back in May, to be honest. So
in May, dang.
Yeah.
That's
sometime in May. So that is crazy. Well, on that note, let's go ahead and get up out of here.
All right, people.
Wow.
Twitter, Instagram, #Blackout Pod is where you can find us. Check us out on your favorite podcast streaming app. Drop us a little email, #blackoutpod@gmail.com, or give us a little ring-a-ling, 3853-BLAKPC or 385-325-2572. Don't forget to hit up thehooksrub.com. Some water winds rub to sprinkle all over your food and your meats and your
just put on everything.
Sprinkle it on your life. Sprinkle it on your feet. Then go to FeetFinder and make some money.
Yes.
And then make sure if you are like in those Middle Eastern, Saudi Arabian countries, say, hey, we want to get a store in the line just for Hooks Rub spices. And then you could have a whole Hooks Rub store on the line, in the one-stop shop that people could make it to and from your store within 5 to 10 minutes of traveling, or 20 minutes from one end to the other end. Hooks Rub store could be right in the center,
smack dab in the middle.
Yeah, and then you could just get yourself some Hooks Rub flip-flops that you could wear all throughout the line when you're pacing back and forth, looking at yourself in that outside mirror.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. They did say that it would be a great place to foster, new businesses, business and innovation within there. So, hey, man,
that'd be cool. That'd be very cool.
Go put up a little Hooks Rub spot in the line. Be sprinkling everybody. We could get it to you in as little as 25 minutes. All we got to do is hop on the thing, hop on the little hyper tube or whatever it's called. And be on the other side.
There'll be AI transportation, so AI delivery services.
Oh yeah.
Pop it on the little AI, the little automated,
let him take it,
whatever. Drop it off at your apartment.
It's like, yeah, I like it. I'm a fan. Let's go. I'm ready. Let's do it.
That can work.
I'm down. Anyway, yeah, well, glad to be back. Planning on doing this again next weekend and not having many more breaks in the action like we've had.
For true.
So, yeah.
For true.
On that note, y'all, I'm blacking out.
Blacking out. Holla. Holla, holla.